Africa Rise first YouTube channel. I am Nicole Netchibungululu, your host, but you can call me Nikki. And what a great way to start the year. Happy New Year. I'm wishing you guys blessings beyond blessings. But what an amazing way to start our new year and our first video ever with an amazing guy, an amazing character, multi-talented. I'm not going to tell you much about him. I prefer him to tell you his story. Help me welcome Victor Kouassivi-Benissan. How are you, Victor?
Hi, very good. Yourself?
Please, I am amazing. Tell me, how do I pronounce your surname?
Benissan.
Benissan. Victor Benissan. So Victor Benissan, welcome to our first YouTube channel. It is an honor to have you on our Africa Rise.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you, Victor, for coming. Yes, so Victor, I wanted to find out, who is Victor? Tell us about you, where you're from. Who is Victor? If I'm to say who is Victor?
So, hello everyone. My name is Victor Kouassivi-Benissan, normally. Shortcut Victor Benissan. I was born in Togo, West Africa, in 1979. Growing up in Togo. Togo is a country that have 7 million people, population, that board Ghana and Benin, the closest.
Togo, guys. I mean, that's how broad and beautiful Africa is. So what brought you to South Africa? From all the way to Togo, coming to South Africa, what brings you here in South Africa?
The journey from Togo took me to Paris, London, and then now in South Africa. But I think I will stay in South Africa, and my wife, my future wife, took me here, so I will be staying in South Africa.
Oh, that's amazing, Victor. So Victor, like I said, guys, he's a multi-talented individual, which I think is amazing. You really get people like that with so many talents. Victor, tell me, I'm going to start off with, before we get to the exciting part of why we have you here, but I know you've got different companies, you've got the Eagle Concepts, you've got your fashion design company. Tell us about them and tell us how you've discovered so many talents.
I started in London in 2011 by the launch of my couture line, Le Cavalier. The idea behind Le Cavalier was to design and promote an exclusive and a short amount of pieces through my collections. And from Le Cavalier launch in 2011 in London and to South Africa, the idea of Eagle Concept as on a business incubator approach, we were promoting as well as much skills, businesses, small businesses, getting them to the right audience, getting them also to have access to the right market. So Eagle Concept in the whole is a business incubator that cover Le Cavalier, the couture line launched in London in 2011, plus different activities that we're doing, as well as event managing, event equipment hiring. So all that fall under Eagle Concept.
That is so amazing. Like the fact that you're empowering other people through Eagle Concepts and building up other people, that is something that I really admire. So Victor, the reason why we have Victor here, guys, he is launching his very own shoe line straight from Africa. You guys have heard of Louis Vuitton. You guys do wear those shoes and everything. But what amazing thing then to have someone from Africa launch a shoe brand. So Victor, tell us the name of this shoe brand, how it started, and what inspired you to actually launch your own shoe brand.
Okay, the name of my shoe line will be Victor Benissan, as my surname. Signed and designed by Victor Benissan. The launch will happen in March, next March coming. You can follow us on our Facebook page and all our platforms to keep update with the dates and get more information about the launch. The inspiration behind Victor Benissan shoe line comes from an experience working for a few luxury brand.
So, Victor, you say that your shoe brand, Victor Benissan, has come from experience, and from my understanding, it's 14 years experience. So, do explain to us this whole experience, because, guys, experience matters. It's not obviously something you dreamt about and decided you're going to put into the work, but it's something that comes from a background of experience and with very prominent people. Tell us that story.
The experience comes from Paris back in 2002, from 2002 to 2008, I will say. Just to name a few brands through my journey, I will name Sergio Rossi, Christian Louboutin, and Yves Saint Laurent. And then back to the starting point of the story and the inspiration. It was a shop called The Tube in Paris, where I was choosing the collection, men's shoes as a ladies' shoes collection, throughout a few brands as Paul Smith, Kenzo, Marité, François Girbaud, just to name few of them. The starting point of the idea of launching my brand comes from my time spending working for Christian Louboutin, Rue Jean-Jacques Rousseau in Paris. Why Christian Louboutin? Because that was the best, if not the largest exposure I had in shoe and luxury shoemaking. Because I was also not just choosing the collection for a Louboutin shop in Paris, but also having access to our VIP factory atelier, where we were designing shoes for Tina Turner, Nicole Kidman, and just to name a few of them. So I had the exposure behind the design as well as the retail and wholesale, what gives me also a vision toward the business part as well as the artistic part of running a shoe business. So my decision comes from that experience, and also from Louboutin personally, who was able to also and accessible, I will say, at the time. So the time spending with Louboutin personally, talking about his experience also as a shoemaker, playing a big role in my decision making. But I will say that the biggest inspiration is myself, because at the end of the day, I fell in love with the shoemaking process, getting the opportunity to meet all the talent and skilled people also assisted me a lot. But making that decision today for the next and upcoming launch of my brand is Victor Benissan first. That inspired me.
Oh, that is so amazing, guys. And you know how they always say references are key. You know, when you know you've worked with such amazing brands, I think we are guaranteed quality coming from you, having learned a lot from all these amazing people. So with that being said, Victor, would you say, have you faced any challenges within the African context of bringing out your brand?
As nothing comes easily, I think yes, but on the general, my experience was a smooth experience. Because I haven't really faced any challenges in terms of launching, presenting, and also advertising my brand in Africa. I went in 2015 in Togo with the idea of promoting my clothing brand, Le Cavalier. All went well. I will just say, as a future prospect and a future analysis, that we do need more platforms where we can discuss, or where students coming out of schools from structures can have access to the right information, and also being exposed to people that can also, in one hand, inspire them to do what they are willing to do. So I think the key will be the information, the education in the sense of fashion and what is happening outside there. The innovation behind the fashion also need to be taught to many of the designers I have the chance to meet in Africa.
So what would your advice be to an upcoming designer in Africa? What advice would you give them if they are wanting to pursue the road that you are taking?
Having an identity behind what we're doing, I think, is a key. It's a key point. Giving to my experience as well, based on my experience. I think having the dream but implementing the dream, we all know that it's a two different process. Just to tell them that if you believe in the dream, if you believe in your skills, put hours into it, get yourself informed about what is happening and who can be willing to assist you or to access the information or to access the proper education to all that. But my first advice will be hard work, courage, and implementation. That will be my advice.
Hard work, courage, and implementation. And so, Victor, with that being said, what would your definition of success be?
My definition of success will be having access to the recognition of my audience, coming from my audience, for people to appreciate what I'm doing. Any ideas, we all know that you can come from the ideas and to the implementation, but not everyone can access also the message or get into the message we are delivering through our design. So having that recognition, I think that's the key point for the success for me.
That is so strong. And so, Victor, what differentiates your brand from any other shoe brand? What makes your brand stand out? What would make one person want to come purchase Victor Benissan's shoe?
Victor Benissan shoes, first we are eclectic. Eclectic in the sense that we have no limit when it comes to mixing and match, searching for the appropriate material, the comfortable material, the timeless material, the raw material I meant. Getting to the point to bring a finished product that combines comfort, aesthetic, and then also the classic view associated to the timeless approach, because having you after 10 years taking out of your shoebox your purchase, your item that you buy from us, and feeling happy to be able to get on the street wearing a jean, being casual or classic and feeling happy, that's our challenge, our daily challenge.
Okay. So, Victor, where can we find you? Like, where can people find you on the social media platforms or wherever? Because I know you've said there's a launch coming up in March. So where can we look for you? What are your social handles? How can we follow you? How can we like? We encourage you guys to like and follow. Do tell us, what are your social handles?
We are highly present on Facebook. You can join our Facebook page, Victor Benissan. Join and like, support if you do like our designs and like the concept. Share, that's the idea also behind it, to have your view shared with all your friends and families and anyone that is interested on a fine and purism work. Please do share. And that's our Facebook page, Victor Benissan. We are also on Instagram with Victor Benissan 79. Also, you can join our page and follow our events and all our upcoming events.
So guys, you've heard it. We will put the Instagram handle and the Facebook handle at the bottom. But before we go, I hear Victor's got to show us something, how they look, how those shop workers will look, how it will look, how they dress up, and there's a story behind it. So can we please see? I love dressing up, by the way. So I'm sure this is something you've created.
Yes.
So let's see what he's got and brought for us.
So
Yay.
I'm going to get the blouse, the famous blouse.
Oh yes, I love dressing up. Oh,
Okay,
wow.
this one is for Nicole.
Yes.
Okay. It's a pleasure to have you today, Nicole.
It's a pleasure that I'm actually interviewing you. I'm so honored.
So let me get also my blouse, because as a tradition, all the shop service team will being dressed with this blouse, and also from the factory and atelier side to the retail, our shops. That's our identity image, one of our visual identity. So
Okay, so
anywhere you go and you find the stripy blouse in linen, do know that is Victor Benissan shoe line.
I love that. There's an identity to the shoe line, Victor. This is beautiful. I love it. So wherever we see this, guys, be assured it's a Victor Benissan line. You heard it from Victor himself. And thank you so much for coming on the show, Victor. It was a great honor. Guys, do not forget to follow, like his page, share, and let's look forward to supporting him in March when he launches his shoe brand. It's a shoe brand coming from Africa. We're not going to be buying Louis Vuittons now. We're going to be having something comfortable for an African foot, for an African type of shoe. And we're so excited for that. We're so proud of you and so honored to have had you on the show, Victor.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you so much
for receiving me. And also, please, there will be an online access to our product from the launch with a delivery service to your door, directly to your door. All the info will be updates on the Facebook page. So visit the Facebook page for more details. Thank you
so much, Victor. And thank you guys for tuning in for our first YouTube channel. This is Nicole Nechibungululu signing out of Africa Rise. Hashtag Africa Rise. Don't forget to follow, don't forget to like and subscribe to Africa Rise YouTube channel. Thank you.